When my daughter called a week before Christmas and said she wouldn't be coming this year, her voice carried the kind of practiced politeness people use when they've already made up their minds. "Dad, we're spending the holidays with Mark's family this year," she said. "It's just easier." Easier, I thought, than spending a few days with a man who raised her alone after her mother passed? Easier than the traditions we'd kept for 25 years, the homemade hot chocolate, the late-night carols, the laughter that once filled every corner of our little house? I smiled through the call, told her it was fine, that I understood. But when I hung up, the silence in my home was deafening. For years, I had poured everything into making her life better, never letting her see how lonely the holidays had become for me. Yet something inside me shifted that night. Maybe it was the quiet, or the way the blinking Christmas lights felt like ghosts of better years, but I realized I was done waiting to be remembered. So, the next morning, I made a decision that startled even me. I sold everything. The house, the furniture, the car. Every photograph I kept, I scanned and stored digitally, then carefully packed the frames away. My friends thought I'd lost my mind, but I wasn't running away. I was freeing myself. I took the money and booked a one-way ticket to a small coastal village I'd once dreamed of visiting but never could because life got in the way. The first night there, I slept in a small cottage facing the sea, the sound of waves replacing the ticking clock that used to remind me of time slipping by. Days turned into weeks. I made friends with the locals, learned to fish, cooked my own meals, and for the first time in decades, I felt something I hadn't in years: peace. Then, on New Year's Eve, my phone rang. It was her. I stared at the screen but didn't answer. A second call. Then a third. By the 10th, I turned the phone off. When I checked later, there were 58 missed calls and 12 voicemails. The first few were casual: "Hey Dad, just checking in." Then they turned anxious. "Dad, I went to the house. Where are you? The neighbors said you moved." Then came panic. "Please, call me. I didn't mean to hurt you." I sat by the window, listening to the ocean, and for the first time, I wasn't angry or sad. I just understood. Sometimes people don't realize what they have until it's no longer waiting for them. The next morning, I called her back. Her voice cracked as soon as she heard mine. "Dad, why did you leave? Why didn't you tell me?" I smiled and said softly, "You needed space to live your life. I needed space to live mine." There was silence, then quiet sobbing. She apologized over and over, promising to visit, to fix things, to make it right. I told her I wasn't upset, that I just wanted her to be happy. "Where are you?" she asked finally. I looked out at the sea, the horizon golden under the rising sun, and said, "Somewhere peaceful." A few weeks later, she came. She found me sitting by the dock, fixing a net with some fishermen. When she saw me, she ran over, tears streaming down her face, and hugged me tightly. "I thought I lost you," she whispered. I smiled and said, "You never lose what you love, you just have to learn to see it again." That Christmas, in a tiny coastal village far from where it all began, we shared hot chocolate under a starlit sky. She promised never to take time for granted again, and I realized that maybe, just maybe, losing everything was how I found what truly mattered: a new beginning, not for revenge, but for love rediscovered.